welcome to this edition of the Native News Update on this Thursday, February 11th. I'm your host for today's program, Paul DeMain. Many of the stories right here can also be found at our website at IndianCountryNews.com, and here are some of the news stories from the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. Carleton professor Claudio Aporta is on the trail of Inuit pathways in Canada's north and how these created a sense of connection and identity among Inuit groups. He has just been awarded a Carleton University 2011 Research Achievement Award that will help him continue his work. The awards are given to faculty in honor of innovative research that helps solve real-world problems. For the past 11 years, as he researched Inuit land and sea ice use, Aporta amassed evidence that a vast network of trails linked Inuit communities across the whole Arctic. Quote, "This network certainly pre-existed the European explorers," he points out. Trails were much, much more than just a means of getting from point A to point B. They represented a complex social network right across the north that helped create part of the Inuit people's cultural identity. Unquote. Aporta is one of the 10 recipients of this year's Carleton Research Achievement Awards. The other winners are being announced during Carleton's Research Days celebration that runs through February 11th. Authorities say a 53-year-old woman found dead along a road on the Wind River Indian Reservation in Wyoming passed away from heart troubles after inhaling fumes from an aerosol can. KTAK radio reports the woman found last week near Fort Washakie has been identified as Cheryl Goggles. Authorities said she had family in the area but no known permanent residence or address. Authorities also identified a 19-year-old man found dead on the same day on the reservation in central Wyoming. Gregory Duran was found dead in a home in Ethete. The coroner's office says an autopsy did not determine Duran's cause of death. The coroner is waiting for the results from toxicology and other tests done. You are cordially invited to join the United States Mint on Friday, March 25th, 2011 at the Plymouth Plantation Henry Hornblower II Visitor Center, located in Plymouth, Massachusetts, for the 2011 Native American $1 coin launch event. The event will begin at 10:30 a.m. and will be held in the Gainsborough Room. The event will be followed by a coin exchange of the new 2011 Native American $1 coins. The 2011 Native American $1 coin is the third in the series of United States coinage that features a Sacagawea on the obverse and a different reverse each year that bears the image of important contributions made by Indian tribes or individual Native Americans to the development of the United States. The 2011 reverse theme is Supreme Sachem Osamiquan, Massasoit of the Great Wampanoag Nation, creates alliance with settlers at Plymouth Bay, 1621. The reverse design depicts hands of the Supreme Sachem Osamiquan, Massasoit, and Governor John Carver, symbolically offering the ceremonial peace pipe after the initiation of the first formal written peace alliance between the Wampanoag tribe and European settlers. As part of the 16th annual Arctic Blast, the Mille Lacs Band of Ojibwe and the Minnesota Vikings will host a pancake breakfast to kick off the event and raise money for charity. Activities will include autographs and pictures with current and former Viking players, visits from the Vikings cheerleaders and mascot, inflatable interactive games, football games, face painting, and prize drawings. For every meal purchased during the event, $1 will be donated to the Mille Lacs Band Community Youth Foundation, and the Vikings will donate to the foundation as well. At 11:45 a.m., Mille Lacs Band Chief Executive Marge Anderson and Secretary-Treasurer Kurt Kalk will accept the donation on behalf of the band's Community Youth Foundation on Saturday, February 12th, 9 a.m. to noon at the Mille Lacs Events and Convention Center in Onamea, Minnesota. Go there and eat some pancakes. In partnership with the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Colorado Rockies, the Salt River Pima-Maricopa Indian Community will dedicate The opening of Salt River Fields at Talking Stick in a ceremony beginning at 11 a.m. on Friday, February 11th. The project is the first major league spring training facility in the U.S. to be built on an Indian reservation. And the Interior Department this week asked a federal judge not to intervene in the impending slaughter of potentially hundreds of wild bison that were captured in recent weeks after migrating out of Yellowstone National Park. An estimated 382 bison are being held in corrals along the Yellowstone's northern border after leaving the snowed-in park to find food at lower elevations. Park officials have said that those that test positive for exposure to the disease brucellosis will be shipped to slaughter, and so could the remaining animals if the corrals get too full. The park put those shipments temporarily on hold last week after opponents asked U.S. District Judge Charles Lovell to intervene. A coalition of environmental, American Indian, and sporting groups argue that the bison could be safely managed outside the park to minimize the chances of brucellosis infections in cattle, which has never been proven to have happened ever before. That's the transmission of the disease from bison to cattle. And don't forget the Winter Social Dance this Saturday, February 12th at the LCO Casino Convention Center. No charges for vendors or participants. Bring a dish if you'd like for a potluck around 4 p.m. and singing and dancing into the evening. And look for a live stream broadcast starting around that time as well at IndianCountryTV.com. Where else? And that is the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. We want to thank you for showing up today and come back again soon. Miigwech.